This video is going to focus on money sense, rounding. Practice rounding money. Rounding is an important skill. It can be used to help you estimate the cost of a shopping trip or how much money everyone owes for a pizza. Rounding money values may also become important if our currency changes and we no longer use pennies or even nickels. In this activity, you will practice rounding money to different accuracies. Good luck! Matching. Drag the answer from column 2 to match the stated accuracy in column 1. Round $236.74 to the nearest 10 cents. To do that, we want to round to the nearest number just after the decimal. So what we do is we're looking at this 7 and we decide whether this number right after the decimal changes to an 8 or whether it changes to a 7. And we do that by looking at the number after the 7, which is 4. Because this number is smaller than 5, we keep it at a 7. So it would be like having 70 cents. And we're saying it's closer to being 70 cents than it is to being 80 cents. So to the nearest 10 cents, the amount is $236.70. So we'll type D in there. Boom. Maybe we go like this. Yep. Perfect. Now, to round to the nearest dollar, you look at the number right before the decimal place, because that indicates our $1. So the same thing goes, right? We're deciding whether our 6 stays as a 6 or whether it becomes a 7. So are we closer to having $236? Or is this amount closer to $237? Well, we look at the 6 and the number after it is 7. Because 7 is higher than 5, this 6 becomes a 7. So we have closer to $237 than we do to 236. To the nearest $10, now we look at the second number in the line. So the number 2 to the left of the decimal. And our question is, okay, is this closer to $230 or $240? Well, the 3 is in the tens column. And so we want to decide if this stays as a 3 or becomes a 4. We look at the number after it. It's a 6. So the 6 is bigger than 5. So this 3 needs to become a 4. $236.70 is closer to $240. And so that's our answer, $240. Now, to round to the nearest 100, holy man. So we're looking at the first number in our amount. The question is this amount of money closer, is $236.74 closer to $200 or is it closer to $300? So this 2, we're asking, does it stay as a 2 or does it become a 3? You look at the number after it. It is a 3 and it is less than 5. So we are actually closer to $200, which is our estimated amount to the nearest 100. Okay. Now they want us to match again, so drag the answer from column 2 to match the stated accuracy in column 1. Round $1,267.49 to the nearest 10 cents. So you look at this number right after the decimal. Is 49 cents closer to 40 cents or is it closer to 50 cents? It's closer to 50 cents. So our amount that we estimate is $1,267.50. When we round to the nearest dollar, we're now looking at this column. So we're trying to decide if it should be a 7 or 8. So do we have, is it closer to $1,267 or $1,268? The number after the 7 is a 4, less than 5, so it's closer to $1,268. $1,268. Rounding to the nearest $10. We look at this number here. So we say, okay, is our amount closer to $1,260 or $1,270? The number after the 6 is a 7. It's bigger than 5, so we're actually closer to $1,270. So I just go down till I find $1,270. We match, we drag it over. To round to the nearest 100, we look at this number. So we're saying, okay, is our money closer to $1,200 or $1,300? We're trying to decide whether we keep this as a 2 or make it a 3. The number after it is bigger than 5, so we are in fact closer to $1,300. So we drag the $1,300 over to here. And then we say, okay, now we got to round it to the nearest 1,000. Is this amount closer to $1,000 or $2,000? We're trying to decide whether we keep this number in the thousands column to 1 or 2. The number after it is just a 2. It's smaller than 5. So, in fact, we're closer to $1,000. Here's $1,000. We drag it over. Your score, 0, maximum score, 2, accuracy, number of questions, number of quiz attempts. Next, review quiz. Okay, I am so not wrong.